Take 2. Confessions of a Hot Boy with Scott Pham from SV Performance. He has a car that everybody loves and everybody wants out here in Portland. This is the epitome of like hot boy rice. This is as rice as it gets. He was telling me he has a Lambo door gas door, but it wasn't working because it hits the wing. There's nothing more rice than that, and like, it just brings complete joy to your face. So I want you to tell us what it's like to be a hot boy, the misery of it, because like Drift Week is all about misery. He's not doing Drift Week in this car. Cars are passing by. This is just a funny video we're doing. Tell me stories about you breaking oil pans, breaking bumpers, fixing fiberglass. Yeah, just go for it.
Fuck, dude. Personally, in my opinion, is I don't want to drive it if I don't like it. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been there before. I've done competition. I raced, you know, in Pro-Am. I did that whole nonsense. I tried to do competitive drifting. Hey, it was fun. I did it for a couple years, you know, whatever. But in the grand scheme of things, like every time I walked up to my car and I looked at it, I'm like, this isn't fun. I don't like this. I mean, yeah, it's functional, like that FRS, but in the grand scheme of things, like I wasn't happy about it. Why would I want to put thousands of dollars into something that when I look at it, I don't feel joy from? And at this point, I mean, this is like obviously way farther down the line, you know, afterwards, but you know, it kind of went on to, if I'm gonna build something, I wanna build something that I enjoy, build something that I like, that, you know, I look at it, this makes me feel happy. It's like, it's that car that you build that when you're walking away from it, you look back at it.
And sponsor time, thank you so much to BC Racing Coilovers, the most supportive coilover company in the entire industry, who swept Formula D and all kinds of stuff recently, supports the grassroots scene so much. Drifting would not be the same in the United States without them, and neither would Lone Star Drift or Drift Week, so thank you so much, BC Racing Coilovers. Thank you to ECU Master for supporting another Drift Week. The other Drift Weeks would not have happened without ECU Master's support, so thank you so much, ECU Master USA. Thank you for making great products such as standalone ECUs, power distribution modules for your cars, all kinds of cool boost controllers, sensors, all kinds of stuff. Thank you so much, ECU Master. Thank you to Y-Plate Imports out of Portland. If you need an imported car from Japan before they get too crazy expensive, it is your time to buy one right now. Contact them. They'll tell you how much it is to find your car. They'll get you in touch with how to do the whole process. They'll show you auctions. They'll tell you everything. Just contact them. Also, thank you to Torco Fuels and Oils for coming on board. It is awesome to have a great company like that, both helping out with money to help throw the event, but also with product. So we'll be using their products on the trip. We're gonna incorporate them in the drag racing to see if we can get the turbo cars to go a little bit faster by adding some more boost and some more octane. So thank you so much to those guys. And thank you so much to Drift HQ. Drift HQ is bringing out the Drift Van support vehicle, which really helped out on Drift Week 2. They carry so much stuff. They're out of Florida. They're bringing it all the way to the Pacific Northwest. They support so many drifters from around the world. Drift HQ is a huge company now with tons of products. Go to their website, see what they sell, support the companies that support the content that you watch. Thank you so much. Did we cover them all, Si?
Yo.
All right, back to our normally scheduled stuff. Okay, I didn't ask you to explain why you're happy about this car. I wanted misery.
Misery?
I wanted the misery.
There's no misery.
You're only saying it's joyful.
It is joyful.
You haven't ever broken a bumper?
Oh, I've broken a lot of bumpers.
How many?
Oh my God. On this car?
Yeah.
None. So I don't drive it.
Total. On all your cars.
Shit.
How about oil pans? What do you break having a car? So why don't you drive this car? What do you break on your
Well,
other
first of
cars?
all, I don't
Tell
drive
us
this car
about
because it's not legal yet. That's its own ordeal. But when it came to like other low cars, like my FD or FC or my other non-drift cars, like my Passats or whatever, I've broken a lot of shit. So much. I think my FD, so I had a twin charge JZ FD that I rode with Villains for 2-3 years.
Okay, so obviously Scott's car sounds fucking crazy. This is his 1J VBTi with a big Borg Warner turbo, and then right down here, you guys see that right there? That's a supercharger. So that's why it has the crazy whine.
At one year, just 1 year alone, I had a custom D-Max Type 3 kit made just for that car. One off, no one ever had it. I broke that front bumper 27 times.
How did you get it back together? Also, side, do you realize I'm going to do this whole interview in a Japanese squat if possible? I don't know if it's possible. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like I broke that bumper like 27 times. I mean, like, when I say break, like, I don't mean like a chip. I mean broke. Like pieces, numeral pieces. That bumper is in so many shambles. And that was just the bumper, that was the low number, which is the funny part. Like, a funny story, so the car was so low. So you think this is low, right? This is not low.
Oh.
This ain't this ain't nothing. This is nothing. My FD would drag the ground right here. And the funny thing was, so my body guy, Paul Chamberlain, the owner of Wise Concepts, Hydrographics, he does all my paintwork and everything. He custom made my kit for me. And the funny thing was, he came to an event, I think it was Summer Jam 2017 or 16, somewhere around there. He brought me back my skirts, freshly painted, put back together, put them in my car, it was looking nice. 2 laps, 5 pieces. I walked back up to him with my skirts in pieces in a bundle. Fix, please, make 1 piece. And this is kind of what it was. I mean, obviously it doesn't make sense. I like it though. Like, if my car doesn't look good in my eyes, I'm not actually driving. And that's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
You can have a functional car and it could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It could be solid, it could never break one thing, it could be 50 feet in the air or whatever, I don't even really care. If it's solid and performs, it's amazing.
Have you ever had body kits break while you're just driving down the road?
Oh yeah.
So what do? Do you stop in traffic and pick them up?
Oh no.
You just leave them?
I'll come back for it eventually. But like,
That is like so foreign to me. I don't understand.
I don't know, it just depends on like where you want to be and like what you're trying to do when you build a car. Like, you know, some people, they want to do Pro-Am.
But you love the way it looks and stuff, and as you drive down the road, do you love the way the car looks, like missing half of a side skirt and half of a bumper?
Well, one, because I want to allow that.
But you still got to drive at least home like that, and then you park the car?
Yeah.
You park the car until you get everything fixed?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, not even then. Like, I'll band-aid it together to look relatively okay. You know what I mean? Like, the car will still perform either way, but I just physically like the way the car looks in a certain height or whatever. You know what I mean?
Now, I'm not just making fun of him. I just like
Wow,
this.
not just making fun of me. This guy, Jesus.
No, I mean, like, I am obviously not a hot boy and everything, but I understand we do what we like. I mean, doing burnouts and drifting and just destroying our cars is a joke, and, you know, like dooring each other, and like our Matsuri cars are destroyed. Your car looks great. I destroy cars and I destroy stuff too. It's interesting to talk to someone that finds joy in something that's, you know, like a bit different than what I find joy in, and then finding out like my pain is funny to you and your pain is funny to me, kind of thing. So you've never wrecked a JZX though, like drifting though, right?
No. Okay. No. So here's the thing.
You've never wrecked a JZX?
No, see, you don't really know me that well.
No, I don't.
The thing is, I've drifted for a very long time. I started drifting in 2006.
Yeah.
All right, I've started in the FCRX7 way back in the day. I've done all these things. I've totaled JZXs. I've totaled, this has actually been totaled twice.
Yeah.
So you look at it now, you're like, oh my God, this is so clean. Yeah, no, it's not, because it's been totaled twice. I drive the ever-living fuck out of sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good.
I drive the ever-living shit out of all my cars very hard. I've done the professional style series for a long time. I didn't really like it. I went to this because this made more sense to me, to where I had more fun this way, instead of like me driving this beautiful car versus some asshole in an S13 like with no quarter panels with an LS1 with an open header on XXRs.
I thought you were gonna say RPF1s.
Well, same shit. You know what I mean? Like, I like this car so much to the point to where it doesn't make sense to me to compete with some asshole that wants to run into me thinking they're gonna be the next Tanner Faust.
Yeah.
And on the same time, it's like I like my full interior and my AC, and I want to put a roll cage in this car.
I do know a little bit about you though, Mike. I do know you drove at Ebisu.
Yeah. And
I do know.
Yes. I did crash Trenton's car.
Twice.
No, once.
No.
I crashed it once. I crashed it once at Minami, all right?
That's a rad place to crash a car.
That's because I went a little too heavy. I jumped it and flicked before the jump, which was the bad idea. Don't do that. By the way, if anyone's curious, don't flick before the jump. Stupid. Bad. No. So I did that, crashed it, felt bad, pulled it out, and then your buddy, Bryant, drove it at school course. And I was telling him, like, hey, it's already crashed in the back. Just do a little baby tap in the back. It'll be all right. Nothing's gonna happen. What does he do? Full 90 degree, right into the fucking wall. Totaled it.
And then Blind totaled it a second time.
No, that's what he did. I didn't total it.
I need to be doing the captions for Trenton. Trenton said he totaled it. He totaled it a second time. Okay. No, we don't have a mic on Trenton. Anyways, this is great though. This is exactly what I wanted it to be. Confessions of a hot boy. We're hearing confessions about you wrecking that car.
I mean,
No, but anyways, it doesn't matter about wrecking that car.
Yeah.
That was just a joke. But you've driven at Ebisu.
Yeah.
You've driven a ton, which is rad.
I've driven a lot at actually.
So could you drive this car at Ebisu this high?
Yeah.
How would you get it through the tunnel at North Course? How could it?
Well, I wouldn't be able to make it to North Course because it's so low. But in the grid, if the car was transported to North Course, like just on grid, I'll be able to drive it there. Yeah, 100%.
So would you just like have a flatbed there and tow it around?
Oh,
because
no.
again, you would look amazing in photos, and people would remember that car, and like you would be immortal up there. And in some ways,
the thing is, like, yeah, that's trying to get other people's recognition, which I don't really care about. Like, you know, you can love my car,
because
but
this
like,
car looks rad, and like as you drive it, you sit in the seat and you make all of the concessions to like the visual part of the car, so other people can see it and be jealous.
well, I mean, I don't care about what other people think about my car.
Then
Like,
why'd you
I like
build
my
it
car
so
the way
beautiful?
it is because this is what I like.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna drive something I don't like. Like, why would you? For example, it's like, oh, you need to drive a Scion.
I need to drive a what?
Like, if I were to tell you, like, you have to drive a Scion, like, would you be happy?
No.
Exactly. Like, what would you rather do? You want to build something the way you want. You want something that you want to drive. Just because someone tells you you need to do something doesn't mean you have to do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have an R34. Everyone says, oh my God, you ruined this car because it's not a GTR Z-Tune conversion. Nobody fucking cares. I don't care. I like this car because I like it.
Yeah.
I wanted to build it how I wanted it to, and this is what it's going to be, and this is how I'm going to drive it. Like, I don't necessarily mean that like I'm doing it for other people to enjoy. I mean, yeah, other people can like it, but
this
it's
is
for
the
me.
reason I'm talking to you right now is about this car, because this car is a conversation piece.
No,
the
I
whole
guess.
car is like, it's eye-catching, it's rad, you make concessions to drive this thing. It's obviously a style is a choice.
Yeah.
Like I've heard that before, but it's absolutely a choice. This is not easy. It is
definitely
not
not.
easy whatsoever.
No.
So you have to make those choices and be like, I am willing to suffer in the ways that this car makes me suffer, so I can feel the joy in the way this car makes me feel joy.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
And of course, my version of drifting is also a lot of pain. I mean, like Ebisu traveling around the world to do something, or like doing Drift Week, everything is pain.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if you drove this though.
No, I'm going to. not for Drift Week because it's
No, I'm just saying
not ready,
drifting
but
in total.
no,
It's
I am drifting it. I'm drifting it actually at Final Bout in July.
Okay. That makes
And
sense.
Summer Jam in May, and a couple other events. But I mean, I'm not really keeping track. I'm just doing whatever.
It idles really well. It's been idling this whole time.
Funny thing, no IAC, no IAC,
Yeah.
no other control motor. That's just doing this thing.
Doing its little RB thing.
Even if I turn on my AC, still good.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, AC works amazing. Rule number one, if you have a cool car, it has AC. Facts.
Yeah, building.
All right. Anything else to talk about?
I don't know.
This isn't just a
Do
total
you have
troll
like a
fest, I
hate
think.
against low cars? What's up?
No, I don't have a hate against slow cars at all. It's obvious that I don't. I've lowered my car before because people are like, oh, you don't know how to lower a car. You're like,
Lowered or lowered?
I had it
your
so
car?
low that it would, like, the diff would knock off reflectors and like break your back when you'd hit reflectors on the ground.
Yeah.
And like I couldn't get into my garage. It was just a Zinky. I didn't have a body kit on it, so like you can lower something without a body kit like through the ground. So I tried it and I was like, it's too dangerous to drive because, you know, like it does handle very differently and stuff.
right.
And it wasn't my version of what I enjoyed for drifting.
No,
And-
that makes sense.
Right, so I was gonna say it was just different. But I like to, it's not about being controversial, it's just a conversation piece for this video.
Oh, yeah,
because it's a
definitely.
great thumbnail, the car is cool, your version of drifting is what people put, here, let's talk about this real quick.
Okay.
Because it leads exactly into this. If it wasn't for cars like this, and it wasn't for like the cool Japanese cars we grew up with, or, you know, style and things, no one would care about drifting. It'd be a bunch of redneck dudes running around like in fields with garbage cars. The tracks
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
like
true.
it.
Yeah, that's true.
No one would have pictures of it. There wouldn't have been option videos. Magazines wouldn't have covered it. Like rednecks have been doing like figure eight racing forever and
Yeah.
like outlaw stuff.
100%.
If you had these things as like dirt outlaw cars, dirt outlaw racing might be like on people's posters and like a lot more interesting, but it's visually not as interesting, even though I'm sure it's the most fun you can have in a car.
Oh yeah, probably.
I mean, like,
definitely.
but it doesn't aesthetically appeal to everybody. This is really aesthetically appealing. It looks like the race car is super low. It looks more aggressive than race cars most of the time. It
Yeah.
looks more aggressive than like that era of GTRs that, you know, ran in the super, I don't even remember what series they did. It wasn't, what was it?
GTCC.
It wasn't JTTC, was it? I thought it was something else.
I mean, the thing is,
Anyway.
so when you look at this car, you think it is not set up for anything, right? You just think it's just on the ground, right? Like you don't think there's anything else underneath it. Like, in the grand scheme of things, like it's got drop knuckles in the front, it's got drop knuckles in the rear, it's got every single arm you could imagine. I mean, I got subframe risers, subframe bracing. I mean, this whole car's, the whole underside is built to do what it's meant to do, which is drifting. This is why I built it for it. Like I built it to drift, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I have that. Well, you talk to any one of my friends, they will tell you I'm stubborn. I'm way too fucking stubborn. Here's the main problem. I'm so stubborn to where I will never race this car. I will break axles every 10 seconds and replace them because I'm too stubborn to race it. My car doesn't make the power that it has with the twin turbo setup because I'm stubborn and I already put
Wait,
too
it's
much
twin
effort.
turbo?
You didn't see it?
No, is it a GTR engine?
Oh my Jesus Christ. Okay, here we go. All right, Sai, here's an extra part of the video.
All right, let's see if I can get the light over there. This thing better be twin turbo RB20.
Oh.
Holy cow.
So,
Here, can I go rev it?
oh yeah, dude, go for it.
All right, I'm gonna rev this car while he talks about it. Show Sai the car.
There, you take a look at it while he does the rev, I guess. Goddamn!
Random.
That Lancer said, meh!
This is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, so what you're looking at right here is, this is, well, originally, hold on.
Twin turbo RB20.
No.
D-stroke to 1.8.
So this is actually a Nissan's like R34 GT. So this is actually a base model that came in A. But when I got it, it came with just an RB25 DET motor, nothing else. So what I ended up doing was, I pretty much made it stock for a while, threw a 25 trans on it, and then I put way too much effort in the twin turbo setup to make it not better somehow.
So is this a 25 with a twin turbo setup?
Yes.
This is awesome. This is so ridiculous.
This is an
I love
RB25
this.
DETT.
How many of these are there in the world?
None.
I love this. So why would you do this?
I don't know, because I have a thing for aesthetics, and
Did you build the manifold?
you tell me that's not pretty.
No, it's beautiful. Did you build the manifold?
No, it's a Grady manifold.
Oh, so is it a
It's a 26 manifold I repurposed for a 25.
Okay. Do you have to wallow out holes, or like does it just fit?
I basically chopped off a few things and welded on new pieces to make it fit a 25 flange.
This car is like a caricature. I love this. It is so ridiculous.
Oh, this thing's great. I love it.
Like even that airbox is ridiculous.
You should have seen it when you revved.
How do you not like this thing?
Really?
It moves.
Oh, dude, here. Take a look. Take a quick look at it.
It actually works.
I love it. That would have been more efficient for me to do that than go sit in the car, but I wanted to sit in the car.
Cool.
I love this. Yeah, so this is kind of like a joy piece. You're right. This car is all about making you feel happy. It's not about like what makes sense at all. Nothing about this car necessarily makes sense.
No. Who puts a twin turbo setup on a fucking drift car? No one. Come on, let's be real here.
Yeah, I don't think people realistically know how much like a Greddy twin turbo RB26 kit would cost either. That's like $8,000 or something, isn't it? For just the piping and just the manifold and the turbos.
And that's
stuff.
just that. Like I replaced it. Like those are now triple ball bearing housings. With new compressor housings. It's so expensive over there. And it doesn't make sense, but it still doesn't make the power.
How much is that twin turbo kit if you spec'd it out exactly like that?
The money I spent on it personally was probably about 55 to 6 grand.
Oh, that's not.
No,
way
it's
cheaper than I
not
think.
terrible, but you know, that you gotta think that's just still something to make not as much power as you really want to.
Yeah. That's
But-
not what the car's about.
No,
the
it's
car
not.
is not about putting down power. The car is not about any of those things.
No, like I built this car because I have a specific vision of what I want to do and how I want it to look and whatever. Like I have a way of like what I want it to perform, but it has to match what I want it to look like. Like I could easily just put some random ass turbo on there, like a Borg Warner ST57 with a one, manifold, a master downpipe. That'd make 450, 460 horsepower all day long. That's no problem. That's easy. I don't want that. I want my car to look a certain way, and I want it to perform a certain way. So I'll sit here and I'll fight it and figure it out for however long it takes to get it to actually work that way.
Can you show me? I have to have missed. So I haven't ever looked at this car. Can you show me any other details like that are ridiculous? I did not know this thing was twin turbo.
Walk by this.
What else is there?
Dude walks by, he's like, oh,
I've
yeah.
never seen the. I've never
Skyline.
seen the engine bay. What else is there that's ridiculous?
I mean,
Because it's twin turbo and then like factory fuse box.
well, yeah, because
It doesn't have a battery tie down.
Hey,
There's
hey,
no
hey,
battery
hey,
tie
hey.
down.
I took it off this car.
You have an ARC thing and then no battery tie
No,
down.
wait. I took this off this car, because I don't drift it or drive it, to put it on my girlfriend's car, which is right there, actually.
Yeah.
Which is right there because she doesn't have her battery tied down. She's doing an event this weekend. And he shares the same thing. I'm being nice.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. All right, what else is there? Is there something else crazy?
I mean, so obviously this is a GT car.
Is there a reason there's paper on there?
Well, these are Silk Road coilovers. I don't know what that means, but there's,
I had Silk Road coilovers back in the day. It's a
Yeah.
really old Japanese brand.
no, this is brand new.
No, but I mean, it goes way
No,
back.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
aware, but these are brand new.
Okay.
So there's just on here. Other than that, this is just a GT car, Silk Road coilovers.
What's up with the foggy headlights?
Oh my God.
Why don't
all
you?
right,
No, I mean,
so-
like, why don't you have LED bars like that spell out nudes, send nudes or something?
Well, first of all, I'm not a dweeb. Second of all, a long time ago when this car was stock, I was drifting it and I crashed into my friend. Totaled this whole front end all the way up to here.
Yeah.
So then, out of nowhere, it's funny because at the track at SPR, Spirit Peaks Raceway, I crashed this car like all the way. The hood was crunched, the bumper's gone, the horsepower was finished, everything was done. And the owner walks up to me and he's like, hey, you want my front end? I'm like, your what? And he points me to the back of his, whole complex. Got a full R34 front end sitting in the back. I'm like, no fucking way. He's like, yeah, take it. I'm like, oh shit, thanks. So as I was taking it, my buddy was like, hey, I could buff your headlights, make them look brand fucking new. I'm like, all right, cool. So I give him my headlights, right? I didn't get a hold of him for maybe a couple weeks. He was busy, I get it. But then I went over there to go pick him up, and one of his buddies painted his car in his bay, like blue, purple, or whatever. Didn't cover the headlights that were sitting on a shelf.
Oh.
And it got all the overspray on it. And
So
that's
you just
what
have
they
to
look
polish
like.
them again.
Yeah, I basically need to wet sand them again and polish them again. But
This thing is so cool. No other big details then around the car? What are the wheels? What are the specs on wheels?
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, what details are you looking for?
I don't know.
I look at the car every day.
They're obviously rebarreled Blitz, right?
Yeah. So these are.
So you can't even deal with the stock barrel on a wheel.
No. So
Like,
these are the fronts are all of it. They're Blitz 03s with 5.5-inch front lip, 4.5-inch barrel in the rear. So it's like 10 plus 6 in the front. The rear is 11 plus 6 in the back. Fuck, dude, I don't know, man. They fit. They're on there. I traded a car for them.
The car, bro.
Yeah, dude, my buddy had these. He just got them redone. The faces are freshly powder coated, or no, freshly chromed from Harley Davidson. And he was like, "Oh yeah, man, they look hella good on my fucking Aristo Aaron Levitt." I was like, "Man, they're so good. Hey, I'll give you an S14 for your wheels." And he kind of gave me this look like, "Really?" I'm like, "Dude, yeah, 100%, all day long." Next thing I realize, I'm walking home with Blitz 03s and I'm handing over a title to a fucking S14, but.
Explain this digital dash in there. You kind of have it set up just how the stock R34 setup
yeah,
is?
Yeah, GTR MFD is.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I've always been like a big fan of the MFD on the GTRs, so I always kind of want to have something similar just to see all my data and everything that I wanted.
Is that better?
One of my buddies is actually a retailer in the Northwest for Power Tune Digital, which is mainly based out of like either New Zealand or Australia, I don't really remember, but he was able to like kind of get like a decently good deal on it. And the best thing about it is, since like, you know, us from SV, we're a Link dealer, that will plug right into a Link like ECU. So everything you're seeing on that, that's all real time. That's real time CAN. So everything you see on that is like happening that second. There's no delay, there's no nothing. That's all real time. And that's the thing I love about it. I know it's, the execution was kind of bad because it was a GT dash.
Yeah.
So there's no actual mount for that, you know, per se. But I mean, it's on there, I guess.
Sai, look at the front wheel from here. If we're standing on this side of the wheel, we can see the inside barrel. We had like the inside lip, not the barrel, the lip.
Let's see. Pretty cool.
That is ridiculous. Oh, you don't even have to turn the wheel for us to see it. Oh, now he's just flossing angle. He's flossing angle. This car is ridiculous, man. Okay, well, thanks for being this good sport. I think this is really cool. I like seeing like things from another person's point of view and make them like explain it to me. I like the fact that we're different. I like the fact car culture is different. Fuck takeover people.
Oh yeah, 100%.
No, just
100%. You know, some asshole wants to go out on my fucking street and do donuts over here. I'm just saying.
No, it's a running joke in the channel now.
No, I figured as much.
But thank you so much for showing us such a neat car.
Yeah,
this has got to be, because we look at so many different cars, and for you to put so much passion into this and repair it so many times and like have it exactly how you want it is so interesting to me, and I like to hear his point of view.
I mean,
and twin turboing and RB25 cracks me up. I love it.
I mean, me personally, all it really boils down to at the end of the day is just doing what you want to do and building. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it was what you want. I mean, you could build a high horsepower, you know, LS1, S13, or S300, or Camaro, or JZX, or Impala. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but me personally, like, I've been through the competition phase, I've been through the street thing phase, the low power phase, whatever. Like, at this point, I just want to build what makes me happy. And this is something that I enjoy. I know I will break it every 5 seconds, which is fine, and it sucks, but in the grand scheme of things, like, I did it for a reason, because I enjoy it. So that's just kind of what I wanted to do, and I feel like I should urge more people that want to build something, whatever they want to build, however they want to build it, whatever they want to do it, and don't feel peer pressure to do what other people are saying to do, because RB gang, Jay-Z suck, what's up?
Don't be pressured to do logical things that make sense. Don't be pressured to do logical things.
Yeah, because Jay-Z's are silly,
Okay.
RB's
Real
gang.
quickly though, pimp yourself. What do you do?
Huh?
pimp yourself. What do you do?
I'm an automotive fabricator and a technician at SV Performance.
Where's SV Performance?
It is located in Portland, Oregon, off Stark Street.
And is this like your business card, this car? Or no?
Hell no.
You're like, I don't want to work on RBs. Those people suck.
Hey, look, guys, this is my struggle bus. This is my house. This costs more than my house. God damn it, it costs more than my house.
Wait, how much did this car cost to build? How much did this, that's the real confession. How much does it cost?
Huh?
You don't have to tell us.
I think
People don't realize how much stuff costs though.
I bought the car for 10 grand. I think I put about 40 into it so far.
Okay.
it's not
Are you
too bad.
homeless in Portland? What about that house?
No, I own a house. It's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
No, I mean the house has got to be worth more than this.
Oh yeah. Well, now, it is now. The housing market,
Yeah.
muy good.
Well, the R34 market, everything you own is appreciating.
I know, right?
This is your
Goddamn.
stock market bubble.
This is investing.
Yeah. I bet
investing.
somebody's offered you more than you have in it. Has somebody done that
Oh,
yet?
dude. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
He's gonna do fine.
I'm not really worried about it.
Unless he drives it down the road and it explodes on a pothole.
I'll fix it again.
All right.
It's fine.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Hi everybody, I want to say thank you for watching the video, and here is all the dates for Drift Week 3 out in the Pacific Northwest. We're going to be out on multiple, I think 4 public dates, you can probably see them over here, and we're going to be drifting, doing ride-alongs, entertaining you guys, driving across the country, having people walk behind me. I'll see you there. Bye.